Hi guys, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm making Wendy's chili. So if you want to know how to make it, stay tuned and I will show you how. First things first, ingredients. You're gonna need 2 stalks of celery, about 4 tablespoons of tomato paste, 2 pounds of ground beef, 4 tablespoons of garlic. I use about that much. We love garlic, so I put usually more than normal. 2 small onion or 1 big onion will do. 2 green bell pepper. I have about 7 Roma tomato. You can use any tomato, but I like to use the Italian tomatoes since they're a little more sweet than the traditional ones. You're gonna need 1 can, the bigger can, so that is 29 ounces of red kidney beans, and then pinto beans. I have 2 15-ounce cans, 1 can of Italian crushed tomato, and then 2 cups of chicken broth, and then this is all the spices and seasoning. So this is 4 tablespoons chili powder, 3 teaspoons cumin, half teaspoon cayenne, half teaspoon pepper, 1 teaspoon salt, and 3 tablespoons sugar. So don't worry about trying to get all the ingredients here on the video. I will have all of the ingredients in the description below, so you don't have to worry about trying to hurry up and write it down. I will have it written down on the bottom. And yeah, so let's get cooking. So I have here my heavy bottom, a 7-quart cooking pot, and I put a little bit of olive oil at the bottom, and it's on about medium-high heat. And you're gonna start cooking your ground beef on medium-high. And you're gonna let it just go because it's gonna take a while. It is a lot of ground beef. It is in a deep pot, and there's gonna be a lot of ingredients in this bad boy. So just put your beef in there and let it cook, and then start chopping your vegetables. Start mincing your onions and getting little tiny pieces of your celery. You can make it as chunky as you want, but I tried to stick to keeping it as consistent as I could with Wendy's chili, so that way when we ate it, it would really feel like Wendy's chili. And let me tell you, you can honestly cut it any size you want because it tastes just like Wendy's chili, y'all. So just go ahead and start cutting all of your vegetables, letting the meat cook while you're cutting. And then you're gonna want to start to break up the meat and make it into smaller pieces. It's up to you. Like I said, you can keep it as chunky as you want. So I did leave a few chunky pieces, and I just did a little bit of breaking up of the ground beef, and then I left it. So like I said, it could be just like Wendy's chili. So I'm gonna just continue to chop my celery, and then place the celery and the onions in a bowl on the side, and then I will put it in a little bit. Just a side note, guys, I did speed up the video a little bit because I didn't want to bore you chopping vegetables in, regular motion. So this is sped up. Guys, don't forget to wash all of your vegetables before you cut them and put them in. I started cutting my bell pepper. Make sure you take the sticker off. At this point, I realized that there was a sticker, so I took it off. I ended up mincing the pieces pretty small, as you will see in a little bit. And at this point, my ground beef is about quarter to about 40% cooked. And I'm just gonna dump in my onion and my celery so that way it can start cooking all together, making the onion soft and making the celery soft and really infusing its flavor into the beef. Just continue to mince all of your bell pepper and then put it in the bowl. That is gonna go in really soon as well. And don't forget to stir as you go, because you don't want anything to burn at the bottom. And like I said, there's going to be so much ingredients in this pot. You want to keep stirring, and you want to make sure it's on pretty high, because there's going to be a lot of ingredients in this pot. You're going to see how full this pot gets. At this point, we're about almost 50% full with ingredients, but this is a really big pot of chili. Like, you could make 2 meals depending on your family size. I have a family of 4, 2 adults and 2 teenagers. Pretty much both are teenagers at this point, and they can eat. But still, this pot was a lot of chili, and I say you can make at least 2 meals. So what you can do, which I love to do, is divide it in half. Let it cool, of course. Divide it in half. Save half for dinner, and then the other half you can freeze and you can eat it later. Make sure you label the bag and you're good to go. So I started chopping my tomatoes at this point because I wanted to get the tomatoes in pretty early. They are fresh tomatoes, so I want them to break down, and I want them also to infuse the chili with its juiciness and its flavor and its sweetness. So I started cutting the tomatoes. I made the pieces pretty small as well. I minced them, and what I did was I took the cores of every tomato out. That way there was no hard pieces, or you don't want that part in there. You just want the soft, malleable parts of the tomato. Put it in and let it cook down, and it's gonna add so much flavor, you guys. So also, additionally, like I mentioned earlier, you can use any type of tomato that you have on hand, or any type of tomato that you want to use. I favor Italian tomatoes because when they cook, they just sweeten up. There's not a lot of acidity, and they're just nice and sweet and mellow, but they put a lot of flavor as well. So I choose to use the Italian tomatoes as far as the canned tomato, and then fresh tomatoes, I use this Italian version of the tomatoes as well. But it is up to you. If all you have on hand is traditional tomatoes, hothouse tomatoes, whatever you have, just use that. You don't need to go out of your way. I didn't have tomatoes, so I went to the store and I got these for this dish. Okay, so as you can see, I added my tomatoes, my garlic that I minced up as well. I leave my garlic pretty chunky as well, but it's up to you. You can make them really small, you can make them chunky, it doesn't matter. Trust me, this is going to taste like Wendy's chili, no matter how you chop the vegetables. And then your tomato paste as well. So tomatoes, tomato paste, and your minced garlic. And you're gonna keep stirring. Like I said, make sure nothing sticks to the bottom, make sure nothing burns, and keep the food moving because you wanna keep it pretty high. The heat, you wanna keep the heat pretty high. So I'm gonna empty the whole can, you guys, of the kidney beans with the juices and everything inside. Trust me on this. I know this is weird, and I never did this before until I tried this recipe. And I think that is the magic in the recipe, is adding the can of beans with all of the good stuff in it. Trust me, just trust me, guys. Add your 2 cups of beef broth. Make sure you got all of that good stuff. And your can of crushed tomatoes, and stir it all up. Make sure everything is equally distributed in the pot, and then you're gonna bring it to a boil first. You're gonna cover your pot, and then you're gonna turn it down to a simmer and cook it for about an hour and a half. So this is about an hour and 40 minutes, and it's so perfect at this point. Everything has medleyed together beautifully. All the vegetables are soft, the beans are soft, and you guys, I'm telling you, this tastes just like Wendy's chili. It is incredible. Okay guys, it's taste test time. I was so excited to try it because I love Wendy's chili. Anyway, I cannot wait for you guys to try this recipe. Let me know down below if you tried it and how you liked it. I don't know about you, but I also love the hot sauce at Wendy's. So what I did was I used Tapatio. Try that. Try Tapatio, add it in, and let me know if it tastes just like how you remember Wendy's chili, with the Wendy's hot sauce. Try it, guys. And if you want, leave it overnight and eat it the next day. Let all of those flavors sit in the fridge. All right, guys, there it is, the Wendy's chili. So thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to leave a like below and subscribe. That way our channel can grow. Don't forget to hit the notification button also. But thank you for stopping by. I will see you on the next video. Ahoy ho.